Hello everybody, welcome back, MrRedClaw. Welcome back to some more World of Tanks. Now it has been a while, but we are back. And I've kind of wanted to play some tier 11 since I don't think I've ever recorded some tier 11 gameplay. I do own two tier 11 tanks. Now the first one I got, I'm pretty sure, was the Shakal. And then a while after, a couple of days after, if not even a day after, I got the Breaker, if I'm correct. And I'm actually quite close to getting two more from the Mouse. I've actually got this. I mean, still quite far away, but slowly getting towards the Tasharata, which is a beast. And I got the IS-7 as well, which I need to kind of sort my crew out in. But we are also closely getting towards the KR1, which is also quite nice. Just about 100, even less, 75,000 K, 75,000 experience off. But yes, let's go in and let's pick the Breaker and let's see what we can do in this very, very nice tank destroyer. Okay, so here we are on the Ensk region map. Of course, this is like the bigger version. It's actually quite a nice map to play. Maybe the east side isn't really that good for like mediums and mediums and lights, but you know, the town is definitely a lot nicer to play when it's kind of just slightly more open, bigger. There's basically just more places to go. It's actually quite a nice map. I definitely do enjoy how they made the small map bigger. So yes, we are in the Breaker. Now, this tank's special ability is this kind of little turbo that when it charges up, you basically get increased top speed and engine power, I think. So we go from going about 20 kilometers an hour max, or 24 because I've got a turbo on this, I think, up to 30, 32. It was actually 30 at the start, but with upgrades it is now at around 31, 32 as we can see. I am going to say I don't have these tanks fully upgraded yet, so there is still more to come after all this. So, you know, these aren't, you know, as good as they can be. So keep that in mind whilst we're playing. Not really sure what that P57 Heavy is doing. Now, I do think this tank can get even faster. That would be quite nice. If we could go like 40, that would be decent. Enemy Breaker over there. Let's kind of not get hit by everything. We do bounce the T57 Heavy's heat round from afar, which is nice. That is really the most accurate of tanks, especially close to, what is that, 550 meters max? I really can't remember. Okay, that Breaker's in a really good position. We might as well, or we just have to leave because he's hull down over there and we are just going to lose hit points to him. Now, the Breaker also has the most DPM in the game. Of course, at a kind of loss of just penetration, as, you know, all these British high DPM tanks do suffer from. Oh, there we go. Enough penetration to go through the side of the 60 TP over there, which is nice. Gonna switch to APCR round because, as I said, I mean, standard AP rounds 278 to 269. That is not really a lot. But 326 to 306 is, you know, still not a lot. So you definitely do need to use everything, take everything that this tank gives you in the form of, you know, penetration and oh, that was too bad. That wasn't too good over there, what I was meant to say. Yeah, this tank is quite clumsy in these kind of brawls. You definitely do want to just be out in the open more, or not out in the open, but with your lower plate covered, and then you are pretty solid. But with your lower plate uncovered, you do, you know, go in and risk losing hit points quite easily. I mean, we got hit twice, so we already down to 850 hit points. So not really too much hit points, to be honest, for a tier 11. 2,150. Does it the badge you have like 2,000? So I mean, maybe there's an upgrade for more hit points, but for now, not really that good. I mean, it does have really, really good armor. So when you do go haul down, you do bounce pretty much everything. But before that, you do have to really watch out. Look at that, even with a huge round towards Tasharata there. Not really doing that much damage to him. 3,600 damage. That or hit points the Tasharata has. That I really can't wait to get that under KR1, because I got the IS7 in December or November, and it's been a joy to play. You know, I've gotten maybe 2 good rams in for like about 1,000, but it is really, really fun to play. And you know, the KR1 is just basically a better IS7, so who wouldn't want to play that? I'm going to go around and hopefully go in after this Tasharata. He did kind of start looking this way, but hopefully I wasn't spotted anymore to kind of surprise this guy. Probably shouldn't have knocked that over, but I guess we're just going to go in now. Oh, and oh, okay, what's going on? Okay, took some time to get around. This Tasharata is angling really well. Look at that. I don't have enough penetration to go through the side of the Tasharata. That's how much this tank basically sucks in terms of you know, penetration. Standard you know, tanks that don't have that much armor, you know, you're okay at, but you know, you get a tank with a little bit of armor and you really suffer. I mean, this is, you know, a really, like, probably one of the most well armored tanks in the game, so you know, we do have that. But even, you know, tier 9, some tier 9s, you really have to watch out where you're aiming, and we are absolutely screwed in this kind of a situation. Let's see if we can actually get away with turning around. There we go, one more shot to the 60 TP. Not really the best of teams. I'm not really sure why our Dravik went to the other side as my game froze. There we go. I mean, sure, he's going to do some good stuff over there, but now he's just out in the open. But, you know, we tried our best. 2,300 damage, you know, is basically the standard you should go for. 2.5k per game, I think, is like the minimum you should be satisfied with. And of course, the more the better. I'm actually going to check how much damage I've done in this tank the most. I'm pretty sure it's at least 6,000, hopefully. I have had some really good games in the Breaker. It is a really fun tank to play on the right map. Yeah, 6,000 damage in this tank. So let's go over to the Polish medium tank, the Shakal. Now, this tank is also quite nice. I do not have it fully upgraded as well, so it's not as quick as it can be. And you know, the tier 10 is actually still faster than the not fully upgraded tier 11, so it does kind of suck in that regard. But you can switch modes without stopping, which is huge. You can, you know, keep driving, switch to, you know, stop quickly, shoot, you know, start driving again, then switch over to the driving mode, and you don't really lose those couple of seconds that you would in a CS 63. So I guess I can show, but it is a really cool feature on this tank. Now I think we're going to go to town, so there you go, look at that, switching over to the modes. And of course each mode has its own bar that fills up, and you can basically just make that ability even better. So, you know, with the speed you can basically increase top speed and engine power, and with the kind of aiming mode, I'm pretty sure you reload faster and you are more accurate. There's something else as well, but I really can't remember. That Shaka has 200 more hit points than us. Well, not anymore, okay, but had. So I'm wondering if that's an upgrade as well. Defeat in the Breaker game, kind of sad, but you know, the team didn't really help us that much. I absolutely hate that when they've like changed this kind of this map, everyone just kind of chills at the back and just kind of waits for something to be spotted, and you really just lose so much time inside over here. But there you go, look at that. That gun handling is very nice, and again, it's only going to get better, so that is nice. Can you shoot over there? Okay, he's behind that building over there. Really not here enough to know. So what is this? This is one of those new tanks, I think. So yes, okay. Oh, okay. I'm wondering if that actually damaged the leopard or not. That would actually be quite nice if we did. I don't think we did. I think he was on the same hit point, so maybe it must have gone just over him. or I probably bounced off his gun or something like that. So let's see. Let's just stay here. We're good. We're good over here for now. We don't have that much tanks in the thing. I mean, the FV could come and ruin our day, or the Jagdpanzer E100. Look at that. That is actually quite nice penetration on these rounds. Not that much, but enough to go through the bottom plate of the Jaegeru quite easily. And, you know, even the gun handling is just so quick. You know, quickly, you know, aimed over, fired, shot, and just, you know, took, well, not took, but, you know, put in a very nice shot towards that tank over there. So that Leopard, oh, Foshby, let's watch out for him. He's actually not looking this way, and I didn't get spotted. Oh, Leopard's just moved at the wrong time. And I didn't really put in the best of shots towards that Foshby. Leopard 1 is absolutely taking hits left, right, and centre. What's that Foshby going to go across? I can't really spot him through here. The spotting mechanics in this game are sometimes quite weird. That's why I kind of prefer War Thunder sometimes. You know, because if you see a tank, and there's not like these spotting mechanics like, oh, he's behind this many meters of grass or a bush, so you can't see him. I'm going to switch over to heat. Oh, that was a mistake. I think I would have probably penned an APCR round to the tracks of the Foch if I wasn't busy switching rounds. Now, what's this Jaegeru going to do? I don't really want to get hit for a large amount of damage. I'm going to switch over. We're kind of losing the other side of the map, but we do have a lot of people on our base, so I'm hoping that that should be enough to do some good stuff. This Jaegeru is so close to just firing at this E3. I'm ready to zoom out and put in a shot. I don't want to risk it because, you know, all it takes is a flick to the left for that Jagdpanzer, and I don't really have that much armor to bounce him. You know, the turret is okay on this tank, but other than that, you know, I wouldn't want to hope for a bounce in this tank. I should have maybe aimed closer towards the front of the tracks, and I would have probably gone in, but I didn't, and it didn't. So now he just knows that I'm just going to be chilling here the entire time. I'm going to maybe fall back a bit. But the Jagdpanzer is falling back a bit as well. Kind of ruined a surprise shot over there. But what can we do now? Yeah, now he's just looking at me because he just knows I'm chilling here. That's not what we were aiming for. You know, that E3 could maybe go out and hopefully tank a shell from the Foch. They still probably have like an FV back there as well. Not really sure what we have to do currently over here. Do we stay in town, or do we go back and help over there? I think we should. Let's secure base first. You know, I'm not going to push that Jagdpanzer and Foch if, you know, my teammates don't. So let's see, maybe we can get some shots in to the middle over there. Is that Borkenkäfer going to get spotted? That WZ, there you go, they took up the Foshby. That Borkenkäfer is probably closer now that he's spotted me, so let's hopefully not get shot from the middle anywhere. So there we go. That side is secure, or at least we are going to slowly start winning the thing. Oh. Let's switch over to heat rounds now, maybe. This Dravik is quite a dangerous tank to kind of play hull down with. And he does have a large amount of help behind, so we can't really rush up towards this WZ wreck and go at him from behind. Okay, but we are hull down over here as well, so it's not the end of the end of the world. Again, I really wouldn't want to risk, like, maybe even the turret. Like, the turret isn't really that good as well. not really much to shoot on the Dravik over there. We've actually pushed through the town, so maybe I should have actually stayed there. But I think this is more where we need to focus on now, because if we win this, and they kind of just chill in the town as they are, we should be in a fairly good position over there. Where do we even shoot the Dravik? Okay, I see there's a blip where we go, where we can shoot, but not really that big. We're actually not really in the best of spaces here now, to be perfectly honest. I'm just gonna keep my turret and... Oh, this is not really what we should be doing. Come on. There we go. At least we took him out. Not really sure my object 140 is at trying to get shots into the side of him. And there you go. Quite a bad play by me over there. Should have probably just fallen back. Maybe, you know, should have stayed in town. Helped them take that over. But, you know, didn't happen. 2 mid-games in tier 11 tanks. The Breaker, I definitely do prefer the Breaker out of the 2. I think the Shakal does get better when you have it fully upgraded, but before then, it's just not really that good. If it had more armor, then sure, but you're quite a large tank. You know, with just as big pretty much as this WZ-113 GFT. And, you know, we're probably only going to bounce off this part of the turret. And maybe the upper plate, but I wouldn't really want to, you know, think that as an option. You know, just hope that, you know, when someone's shooting you, you bounce. But, you know, out of the 2, I prefer the Breaker. The Shakal is also fun in its kind of scenarios, but I do kind of really want to push and get the KR1 and the Tasharata, because those look absolutely amazing. I really do like these kind of big, beefy, armored, heavy tanks. But for now, hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.